Hi everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost. You want to craft your way out of your mess? Well, guess what? I've got a mess on my desk and I'm going to craft my way out of it. I'm just going to show you a few fun things that you can do easily to get some of that stuff off your desk, all the scraps, all the bits and bops, and incorporate them into some fun and useful things for your junk journals. Let me give you a shoe. So basically, back up a little bit. Okay, I had some, if you were hanging out with my organizational video the other day, I had a bunch of things that didn't belong in a drawer that I had to put somewhere else. And I thought, well, instead of going and laboriously putting them all somewhere else separately, why can't I use that time and just incorporate them into a craft? So you kind of have to decide what is the best use of your time. See, I've got a pile of stuff over here, and here is what I made. So let me show you. I was in need of some pockets. So let me just give you a better view. Okay. So I made some quickie pockets just with stuff that was hanging out on my desk. And just want to give you some tours of these. And I was really hankering for some spring. Anybody hankering for some spring? Using dried flowers is a great way to start bringing in the feeling of spring. Maybe some of us are getting to, okay, I know, nobody feels sorry for me in Florida right now. But I know that some of us may be getting tired of the old man winter and ready for some spring. And maybe this is a way that we can bring in some spring into our world now. And so I used some dried flowers that I had, used a flower stamp, and just had some fun and made some pockets. I did sew these around the outside, not necessary, but let me show you the quick and easy way to make these. And literally I looked at what was on my desk, and what was on my desk was a catalog. And I use a catalog to glue on, and I thought, why can't that be a backing for pockets? And kind of making a masterboard out of it, and then cutting it up and using it as pockets. Okay, so I can do that. Because I have a pile of scraps here. Let me back up a little so you can see again. Pile of scraps, pile of bits and bops. Let's do this. All right, so I initially started with the Yoo-Hoo Magic Stick glue, but quickly aborted that because I wanted to use up some old glue, but it doesn't stick as well for me, so I switched over quickly to my favorite glue of all. Not sponsored, just love the glue. Scotch Create Glue Stick. It's a little stickier, shall we say. And you can use 1 or 2 sheets, doesn't matter, whatever you feel comfortable with. It all depends how much you're going to build up your design. And let me just give you a good view there. Okay, so what I did was, I don't like that view. There, that's better. Let me just back it up. Okay, okay, better? Okay, so I took my glue stick and I just ran it across. And this is, I consider my starter. Now, if you're not going to sew, then you really want to make sure you get your edges well. Whoops. And that happens every time I do this because it's a thin paper. And if you want thicker, you can just glue 2 of these together. But I found that when I started building up, I had enough thickness because of the buildup of the papers. So let's have some fun and use up our scraps. Now here we go with what I call the non-thinking part of it. You just stick stuff down. Okay, basic collage, masterboard sort of feeling here. No rhyme or reason, just putting it down as our basement page or a layer. It's okay if it hangs over a little bit. Don't get all fuss about it right now because we are just creating the bottom. And this can change dramatically depending on what your pieces and parts are, what you have, and that's kind of the cool part of it because your scraps are always a little bit different, you know, and you can do them completely aligned or misaligned. I kind of like going misaligned. If I have a weird spot there, I'll put something there. I'll put something there. Maybe a piece of napkin, maybe a cutie little piece of picture from something. That I've got scraps. There's no shortage of scraps, so I'm not going to feel bad about this at all. And I really need pockets. That's one thing I find when I'm making journals because I'm an overstuffer, because I like to overstuff. I need a lot of pockets to put things in. So I just need to sit down and create some pockets of wonder. And here's me making pockets of wonder. At least it's getting rid of my scraps, which is an awesome thing. Maybe you have scraps too? Is your desk full of scraps? Let's put them to good use. Let's make those scraps work for us, right? You can either spend time putting them away or you can spend time gluing them down. Here's a cool piece. Let's stick that down. Okay, so I got a little trick I want to show you about getting the little edges, because you know as we're doing these, a lot of little edges will be peeking up at you. And another way to deal with that without having to, I'm trying to remove labor from it. Okay, so let's just, okay, stop thinking, Pam, just put it down. Okay, putting down, I do that sometimes. I go into putting it down mode. Another thing, if you're concerned about orientation of wording, I'm actually going to cut this paper this way and then 2 cuts that way. That's going to give me 6 pockets out of 1 sheet, which is kind of cool. So you may want to orient your text facing that way. It doesn't really matter to me because I'm going to put so much stuff over top of it. You're not going to really be able to tell what was where and who was what and who came in with Sally and who left with Joe. That's what's going to happen. All right, here we go. Some piano paper. See, I love that stuff. You know, it's like these little pieces I just hang on to. And I just thought I'd put them to good use today. Okay, it's very, you know, you want to be careful with the glue once you get into the tiny parts because it can tear, All right, we're almost done here. So we have our basement down, very easy. Okay, so let's say we have that. All right, now you can actually, this almost works like a water paper block because it's held down at one end, which is kind of nice. It kind of keeps you organized, but you can remove it at this point, which you just would take it and simply tear it off. I'm just going to leave it as is so I can pretend I'm working on a watercolor paper block. Doesn't really matter. So anyway, ways to deal with these little edges as opposed to going in and gluing every little bit, which you totally can. A little laborious, but basically what we can do is band-aid it. And what you do is you actually use your scraps to band-aid it. So let's say you have a cutie little scrap like this, maybe a stronger paper that's not going to rip so easily. You want to use something that has a little strength in it. And you take your glue stick and you would do one of these moves, okay? And that paper did fine there. So now I can use this as a Band-Aid and I can go along and I can tape that down. Okay, that's handled. Maybe I want to tape that down. That's handled now. Do I have any more of those pinkies? They're kind of cute. This is avocado dyed paper. And I keep forgetting every time I go to the store to grab a red cabbage. I want to show you how to do the red purple cabbage dye. It's so easy and you're going to love it. The only thing is it has a little bit of, shall we say, the cabbage aroma, and the papers do need to be aired out and dried very well to disperse the cabbage aroma. But it's worth it in the long run because the papers are so cool. All right, so you can come along and kind of do this maneuver, and you can even come in with similar colored things. That's fine. I'll try some book page, see if it works. Maybe smaller pieces of book page won't tear as easily. So I'm using it as like a Band-Aid, just like a Band-Aid. Okay, so anytime I see a little piece of paper sticking up somewhere, and maybe I want to use contrasting scraps, because that might be fun. Here's some of this. Maybe we'll use some of this. This is that faux leather, faux suede stuff we made the other day. I'll try and put a link to that if you haven't seen that one. Okay, there we go. You can always use your scraps, so hang on to them. Don't be getting rid of them so fast. I know you want to throw them back into the universe and that kind of stuff. And that's okay. Sometimes you have to. I get that. I'm not saying don't throw anything out and be crazy like me. But if, let's say you don't get out that much and it's not that easy to come by stuff, or stuff is expensive and you just want to be really, green, and you want to use up stuff that you have. I mean, why is a scrap less valuable than the original paper that it came from? I think there's great value in there, and just got to see it. Just got to see it and got to go for it. All right, let's see. Put some more of these down. Okay, anybody else who's, maybe you're not behaving. So see, I see a little floppy Lou here. Well, we're gonna do that. Here's another little floppy Lou. We'll do something with you. Yes, we will. Maybe we'll go for a contrasting white. Tear. If you like torn edges, awesome. If you don't like torn edges, that's okay too. You don't have to spend time mercilessly tearing all edges. Or if you love tearing paper, this could be your happy place, really. Okay. All right, let's go down there. Okay, there we go. See, is everybody good? Everybody's pretty stuck? Okay, just give it the old hand smush. Yes, there we go. All right. Now, let's say we want to take it up a level. What would you like to do next? Well, the next thing I did was I had some dried flowers sitting on my table here. I had just been drying some. And I have a video on that if you haven't seen that. And now you can totally do this the old-fashioned way. Remember when it's spring or summer, grab flowers wherever you can and stick them like between an old book, a couple pages, or if you want to use some parchment paper and put them in there between pages so they don't bleed onto your book pages, that's good too. Or wax paper, you can do it. But me, I think I used my little, my gizmo because I like, I'm impatient and I like instant results because when I want to craft like right now. So literally I did these yesterday, but they were done in a minute and a half, depending on how thin the flowers were. But I use this thing called, what's it called? Like I'm somebody's going to answer me. Okay, it's micro fleur. Yes, I'll with a it's a little goofy device. It's like a big sandwich thing you stick in your microwave, and 1 to 1.5 minutes later, you've got dried flowers. It's really cool. But definitely the old-fashioned way will work. So I use Fabrifix glue. If you've never seen that before, Fabrifix glue. It's a clear silicone glue. Fabric to fabric, fabric to paper, paper to paper. It basically works everywhere. And also it's very strong. And I kind of think of it like cold hot glue, like what we used to use with our old hot glue guns. It just works. I tell you, it just works and it's fast. All right, let's put you there. Now these flowers, they might crunkle or something in time. I don't know, but they go down pretty well and they stay pretty put with the Fabrifix. So I'm pretty happy with that. Where are some more flowers? I have a little bag of them here. Yeah. See, sometimes this is the thing. When you forget you have stuff, you don't use it. So I have actually bags of dried flowers and stuff, but these I just made. So I thought I would put them to good use in here. And really, a few flowers will last you a long time. I'm get a carnation and pull the petals apart and just dry those instead of trying to squash the whole carnation. But put the petals apart, and you can use little petalage, as I say in the business. Okay, there we go. And maybe something over here. Now I'm going to have 6, so I'm kind of thinking how I'm going to cut this. So maybe I want a bit of a flower. You can even cut the flowers. They don't have to remain the whole piece. For example, here. Whoop, you can't see that very well. Here. See how the flower got cut? And I'm okay with that. And I just stuck a little metal charm on there, and I'm okay with that. Yep. All right. Yep. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. Maybe a little close. Whoa, big bloober glob. Big bloober glob. Okay. Well, we'll just try and use this wisely. We know we're going to need it. Just try and get the corners. I think if you get the corners, life is good. And you can also use this as a Band-Aid to hold down little pieces. Yeah, it's not the most super strong thing in the world, but it will work. It will work in a pinch. Okay. Let me put you back upside down before I lose any more glue. Okay, so what did I do? I came along and I did some stamping. And that particular one, I used this stamp. Doesn't matter what stamp, but it's kind of, and I'm using black soot distress ink. And I just came along and I just random stamped. It's a great way to fill in blank spaces. Sometimes hanging off the edge is cool. You can put as many or as few as you want on here. Doesn't matter. It's kind of relaxing. This is a very relaxing Zen style craft where you're just having fun, using up your stuff. You're feeling good about that. Your desk is getting cleaner. You're feeling good about that. And things are just, you know, appearing before your eyes. It's kind of cool. Or you're making stuff. Voila. Okay, here we go. I think I felt like I needed one right there. Okay, you tack yourself down there and don't give me any quibbles, mister. Okay. All right. Looking good. We have lots of stampies. And then, oh, I wanted to play with some, I didn't do this on the other one, but I had some napkin from the other day and I thought I would use it there. Okay, hang on. I'm getting a brush. Now there's this old little trick. Like, let's say, there's a couple different ways you can get napkin down. You could put Mod Podge down and just lay it down. You could cut it, like say you just want the butterfly, or you can use this old trick. If you haven't seen this old trick, it's an age-old trick. Age-old, I tell you, age-old. Okay. All right, here you go. All right, so basically you just use this as your scissors. And it's water on a paintbrush, and I'm just going around the part that I want. And then magically, you got the part that you want. So that's kind of cool, huh? Yeah. Now what I would recommend here is that you probably put some glue stick or something down first, because That might be the easiest way to do it. So let's say maybe I want him here. Okay, so let me just put some glue stick there. Now the glue stick that isn't going to be, maybe I don't have enough of it or too much of it, it will dry. It will dry on the paper, so it's okay. So let me maybe put you there. There, and you're down. No, don't do the uppy down too much. Just put it down and be done with it. Okay, can you see that? Kind of looks pretty, huh? Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could go over this entire thing with Mod Podge after, but I kind of like the papery feel, and it is glued down, so it's okay, you know? It is okay. So let's try another piece of napkin. Let's see if there's something else on here. Okay, so that pretty little flower there. Zoom in so you can see better. I'll bring some more light. Have I got all lights on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. Yep, okay. And it's easier if you put this on your table, but I'm just doing it here because I'm here with you. So just going to cut out, literally, the part I want and just soften the edges a bit. And there you go. I think this is probably the easiest way to get one little piece. You could hand tear it too without the thing, but it just kind of makes it easier to get those little cutie frayed edges. And who doesn't want a little cutie frayed edge every once in a while, right? And one napkin can last you a long time. You can do a lot with one napkin. Okay, so here's a nice contrasting color. So let me put you up here somewhere. Okay, put some glue down, lots of glue. Don't be shy with the glue stick. And then spread it so it's bigger than your piece. That would be advantageous. Yes. Okay, here we go. And just put it down. Is that bigger? No, I feel like it's not. Don't shortchange yourself here. This is critical. Get enough glue because it's harder to go back and glue under the pieces than it is to just put it down. Okay, and just squish it and be done. Okay, let me back up a little. There you go. So looking pretty, right? Yeah, we got some action going on here. Now you can take your paper and orient it this way, just so your design is coming out that way, if you're going to do your cuts like this. But it doesn't matter, honestly. These can be, you can rotate this thing around and decorate in different directions, and it just depends on how you want to do it. What else do I have here? Here's a little piece of something from a book. Maybe I'll just tear this. And I'm tearing, so the right piece is coming off the left, and with this particular page, I don't know if all pages work exactly the same, but if you tear with your right hand, you'll get a white edge on your paper, on this paper. Yeah. It might work differently with other papers, but just do a little test try and see what you get. Okay, I guess I'm just going to put you back here. Let's see. Oh, that's so confusing. So many possibilities. Well, maybe I'll cut it 1, 2, well, it's the same cut. I could also cut it 3 across and get 9 if you wanted to do that. If you're like, really, woo, you know, you could do that. Okay, maybe put that there. That's kind of nice. I like that. And I don't mind if they get cut in different directions and stuff like that, or pieces of a flower or something, because I'm just going with the masterboard, use up my scraps concept. Okay, it's okay to overlap things. And you're also using these as Band-Aids to help glue things down. Are we 18.5? Okay. Okay. So now what I did was I went ahead and I cut them up. And let me see if I have enough stuff on here. I feel like maybe a little more, maybe I could add a different stamp. Yeah. I was going to go in and add a different stamp. Yeah, I don't know why. I just am. And maybe just one. And of course, just picking one is always like, oh, I gotta pick one. All right, so we already have a big flower. So maybe, I don't know, I'm getting funky here. Should I use a big maple leaf? Okay, let's try that. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. And that's kind of the fun of it. You just jump in and you go. Okay. All right. Sorry to all the stampers out there. I'm sure I do everything not the right way. Okay, I'm just going to do it. Oh, that's kind of pretty. I like that. Okay, see? Let me put a little more ink on there. It's a softer stamp. I'll probably need a firmer base or something to get a harder print. Just a suggestion of maple leaf. Suggestion. Suggestion. I got the stem. That's kind of cool. You never know what you're going to get. Can you stamp right over a flower? Why not? I did it. I just stamped over a flower. Look at me. Yeah. So, you know, you got to give yourself a little artistic freedom to try things. I mean, who knows if it's going to look good or not? And you don't know until you try. And other things that you could put down on here might be, maybe you don't have napkins, but maybe you have stickers. And maybe you want to put stickers down. You can do that. And let's see how long it takes to get the sticker apart. Okay, I'm apart. All right, that wasn't so bad. That really wasn't so bad. Okay. And maybe I put you here? Oh, I don't know. Man, put it somewhere. Okay, there. It's going down. Okay. There's almost no wrong place to put it, which is sort of freeing. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. And I don't know why, but on this one, I feel compelled to throw in some words. Yeah. So I'm going to grab Inspire, Beauty, and Spirit. Okay, I'm just grab these. These happen to be random word stamps. I don't know why. And they don't even have to be the same color. Let's go with a different color. Let's do it. Let's go with a different color. Let's be wild and crazy and pull out some stuff of another color. Let's just grab one. What do you got? You got Evergreen Bough. Yeah, how about that? Makes no sense. There's no rhyme or reason for it. We're just doing it. Okay. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Okay. You don't even have to think, oh, where am I going to cut it to make it perfect? Just do it. Just do it and set yourself free. And you can put a bunch. Yeah, you can even use the same word. You could use the same word over the whole thing. It doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. What word am I missing? Beauty. I like beauty. Okay, beauty. Oh, that's pretty. I like it. Oh, I like it. Oh, it's feeling good. Feeling good. Yeah, I like this a lot. This is fun. So bringing in a different color. Very fun, right? Totally fun balls. Okay. All right. Now, for the big tear away. Let's see if Mama does this right. All goes well. And look, I used up a bunch of scrap. Very exciting. Let me back up a little. Okay, here comes a big tear. Okay, so that's awesome, isn't it? Now we could look at this side and say, well, maybe we don't want all that hanging over the side, so we just want to come here and do a little mini tears. Oh, great, we got more scraps. Look at that. Okay, some of the little ones we can let go. Yes, I am much better with getting rid of little tiny pieces, although you could throw these in a bag and then make some handmade paper, which I'm really dying to make lately for some reason. So probably will be making that soon. So keep your peepers open. I have made it before a long time ago, and I still have a lot, but not that much because I've been using it up in my journals. So maybe it's time to make some. I think I need some more flowers here. What time is it? 22. Yep, good. Maybe that one's a little bumpy. Go for the flatties. Flatties are your friend. Okay, whoop, closer. Flatties are your friend when it comes to these junk journals. But don't be too freaked out if your flatty is not perfectly flat. It will still be okay, especially if you like to make chunky monkey journals, where a little bump is okay. If you're doing a total writing journal, flat is better. Just it makes it easier for the person to write. But let's say things didn't go as planned and you put in a few bumpies. Well, you can give them a writing board so they can place it under pages and that kind of thing. Yeah, so there's always ways around it. So don't get worried if your journal gets too chunky or it gets, too chunky. What is that? Nothing in my world. But you have to find your happy place. Where's your right amount of chunk? You'll find it. You'll find it. Often goes to journal purpose. Is it a writing journal? Is it a lookbook? You decide. Art journal? Totally you decide. Okay, I'm going to go cut these. All right, and I'm just going to literally just take it to my guillotine and cut here and here and here. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. But you know what? I lied. I cut here, but then I cut here, here, and here, and I ended up with 8 because I thought I might want some smaller pockets. Sometimes journals are smaller and they work better with smaller pockets. We'll just separate these all up, and you can kind of see what we got. They're all a little bit different. There's places where things were cut in half. And there you go. Okay. So now you can, let's say you don't have a sewing machine, then you're going to want to make sure that your little edges are glued. So you're going to need to come in here and either do a lot more band-aiding, or you can take, let me just grab some, hold on. If you don't want to be coming around and checking every little corner to make sure you got everything down completely, you could use some washi tape. And washi tape can be your friend here. And this is actually the butt end of a Scotch Crate glue stick. I like to run it over my glue stick just so it's got super stick. Yeah. And you can use this on the edges and fold it over, and voila, you've used your washi tape and your edges are sealed. Yeah, so you don't have to deal with any peely uppies that you don't want to have to be dealing with. You can do that on that side too. If you so choose, totally optional. You can use, we have, Washi used to be really popular several years ago. Maybe not as popular today, but maybe you still have bushels of it going, why did I buy all that washi tape? If that is where you live, then this might be a happy way to start to use up some of those little pieces. And you can also use washi tape to be your Band-Aid. So let me kind of demonstrate that. And I think my sides are good, but you could also come in and do the sides. But that's a cute little pocket, right? And if you wanted to, you could even come in with the big guns and do a little inking. I'm using, oh, guess what? Here's a shocker. Vintage photo. No, that's walnut stain. I can read. I do have my glasses on. It's all brown. Who are we kidding? You give something a name like, oh, it's vintage photo, or it's walnut stain. All of a sudden it has a different feel. It's brown. It's brown, people. Okay. Do I have a peely-uppy? Look, I have a little peely-uppy. Okay, so what am I going to do about that? Well, maybe I'm going to come in with a piece of washi, or maybe half a piece of washi. I can even tear my washi in half so it's not as big. Oh, who wants to do that? Nobody in their right mind. Skip that part. And let's just deal with it. Okay. And you can even flip it over the back so you don't have to tear it. Okay. You can totally do that. Yeah. All right. So you handle your little peely-uppies like that, and you have all sorts of different creativity going on in here. Lots of texture, lots of variety in what they see. And then you might even want to come and level it up a little bit more. Yeah, let's see, what do we have here? Oh, I have these weird things that were sitting on my desk from the other day. These are my homemade reinforcements. Yeah, these took me hours to make because I was going to use every darn scrap known to mankind. But maybe now is the time I actually want to put them in something. Well, this is kind of cool. It has the word like addition or something on it. That's kind of cool. Maybe I just want to put it somewhere, but I probably have to ink it because it could show up better. I know. Here we go. There. I don't know why, but that just felt good that it was placed there. And now it's part of this and not in the scrap pile. And then you can also come along and put some, other things that you can do. Brads. Hey, you thought you had a big pile of brads. You forgot you had them until you cleaned out your brad drawer or your little brad cubby. And then you found out, oh my God, I've got brads. Lo and behold. And maybe you're like maybe you love neon green. Maybe neon green's not your fave. It's okay. Maybe you just want to rub some gilding paste over it. And I've just got some gold here and I kind of like that. I just made it goldy green instead of just in your face green. And I could even put that through in there. I could do that. Let me try that. All right, I'm just going to try and push it through. If it doesn't go well, I'll let you know. Okay, push. Oh, it went well. Okay, there we go. And I'm in. Now I'm just flattening my brad on the back. And if you want to be perfect crafty Lou, you can come and put a little piece of tape so nobody gets stuck on the little translation of papers in the back. But the easy way is just to grab your washi tape because it's right there and just cover it. And then you shouldn't have any problem. Everything should be dandy. Okay, now you have that. Okay, what's wrong with that? Nothing. All right, let's put that in the done pile. Where are we? 28? Okay. I just want to show you, here's a single sew all the way around with a button as an option. And here is a double sew. Okay, I just ran around twice. You don't have to know how to sew a straight line because the randomness of your not straight line is your friend. Yes, it is. Okay. And also the sewing helps anchor down the edges so you don't really have to worry about those, which is nice. And here was another option I did. I made a little, what do I want to call it, like a little secret pocket in here. And I made a bird's nest, which is basically threads wound together, glued onto a little piece of paper, and then 3 little pearls put in the middle. I have a video on that. I'll try and link it. But I made a little corner tuck so I could put something there in my pocket. How cool is that? Now the pocket could also go like this, and I could put this thing in like that. And there's no saying that I can't. I totally can. Okay, so I made a pocket on top of a pocket, or this is officially a tuck on top of a pocket. Who cares what the names are? This is sewn around twice. Okay, and I put a button, and I just gilded up the button. This stuff I don't think you can find anymore, but there's other brands that are just almost as good. This is my favorite ever. I can't believe you don't make this anymore. Artco, please make this again. Yeah, lace, little bits, fibers, papers. This was from another cleaning up my desk day. I just made these little random scrapperoos. Okay. And what else we got? What else we got? Okay, well, you know that you can bring in the, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The liquid pearls and all that kind of stuff. But you can also use, if you have some metal charms, they can also go on pockets and tucks, which is kind of cute. So maybe you want to put one here or here. How about that? Or sewer, to stand out a little bit. Okay, and you can even sort of use it as a Band-Aid. Okay, so let's just, I use Fabrifix to glue this stuff down. Probably should say metal to paper too, but if it's a very light piece of metal, it's not really designed as a metal glue, it's more of a fabric glue, but, and I don't really feel like pulling out the Epoxy 6000 because nobody likes to work with that. There we go. This will hold it. Yep, it'll be very happy. Happy pants and all will be well. And these seem to be glued together pretty good on the edges, so I don't have to fuss too much. Now maybe, do I want more emphasis on the edges? Maybe I do. So maybe I want to come along and ink this. I don't have to do this. This is optional. This is just giving me a little pop around the edges if you so choose to go the vintage, grungy sort of look, giving you that. Okay, these are totally just goofing around ideas, using up the scraps, using up a magazine, a catalog, thank you, that's the word. And I'm trying to use up the little bits and bops on my desk. So what else have I got here I can use? What time is it? Okay, wrapping it up, Pam, wrapping it up. All right, you can use buttons, you can use even like little, like you could just glue that there because you can. So I've got a little safety pin, and this is a really cute, like little, I don't know, baby safety pin that was colored or something. Does anybody use safety pins with babies anymore? I hope not. So anyway, it's just like a tiny safety pin. I'm just going to put a little doodad glob on either end, and just going to put that there. Yeah, just kind of floating in the wind with the words and the flowers. Yep, hey, a safety pin could float by. It could happen. It could happen to anybody. So I hope this gives you some fun ideas how you can use up the scraps on your desk, have some fun. Let me put these out here so you can see what we have. These are ones yet to be continually decorated, and you can add things to them. You can sew them. You can do all sorts of fun things to them, and you are never out of ideas. There's always something more that you can do with your scraps. So I invite you today to consider scrapping your way out of your mess as opposed to putting everything laboriously away. Let's have some fun with the stuff that's on our desk already. Yeah, I mean, fun can be had anywhere. And it's in the papers. It's hiding in the papers and the little bits and bops that we have like sort of hanging around doing stuff. So let's have some fun. What's Sunny doing? Sure, here he is, hold on. Sunshine, would you like to say a few words to the people? Oh, no, thanks, I'm sleeping. You see that this is Lammy with the red paws. He sleeps with Lammy every night. I just gonna rearrange a little bit more comfortable. Yes, it is, my love. You sleep. See you next time, everybody. So that was my little Snuggle Buns Muffy face. I just love him. So anyway, if you find fun or value here, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you to everybody new who has come along. I'm so happy you're here. Come on down the rabbit hole with the rest of us. We're having a lot of good old papery fun. There's so many ideas. We'll just have a blast and create things from nothing. And I've got a free monthly emailed newsletter where you get a free digital kit, you get a free digital image, checklist of supplies, note from the bookmaker, and updates from the Paper Outpost, and a junk journal tip. And I have an Etsy shop where you can check out my vintage digital kits, sometimes journals, sometimes bundles. You just never know what you're going to find there. I've got an Amazon store where I try and put all the things that I use if you're looking for them. Facebook group, come on and join the Facebook group. We're having a blast over there, making things, creating things, having lots of fun. So come on over and join us. And I have a podcast that comes out Tuesdays and Thursdays, all related to paper craft, junk journals, life of a crafter. And just remember that fun can be simple. You deserve all the fun in the world. I encourage you to go find, seek, and embrace your fun today. And just have a lot of fun, dive into those papers, and have an awesome day. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.